Welcome back to Masters Tokyo. I'm standing by with NRG's head coach, Chet. Chet, you guys just came back in a ridiculous comeback fashion. You're down like 11-5 in the second half. Finesse just goes insane. You get to OT. What was the key to coming back in that map?
I think we had a good idea of their mid control, so we focused a lot on their mid control and trying to not give them a lot of space. And it carried from our last Haven game where we kind of had the same kind of plan. We didn't want to give them space, especially a comp that plays Breach. It's hard to give them space.
Incredible, incredible performance. Best of luck to you in the second map. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Doug. I think you could have stopped his sentence at "we had a good idea," because I think that's all you need. But welcome back, Kakuka and Mimi as well. Mimi, as you said, NRG, they always find a way.
It was such an impressive second half from them. And I think to what Chet was saying about the game plan, it started with deny mid control, which meant that consistently Liquid had to go for these hard side execs. And NRG's comp is just so good at winning in these flood retakes.
Yeah, and it's not only that, I feel like NRG had a very good understanding on the timings and how they wanted to work around not playing fully for the retake and actually, you know, learning how to add some variation onto the rounds. I love that he's talking about the breach because I think that Yumpy had a lot of impact in this game, and especially on the attack. It was thanks to him and thanks to his utility that they were able to get, you know, a couple of rounds, but that was it. NRG 2 days ago came back from an 8-4, and going back to what Finesse was saying in the interview that we showed before, is that constant everybody's given ideas to make this work.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I think this is another one of those moments where everyone is stepping up. Ardiis in particular, well, he didn't end with crazy statistics. He had some massive impact rounds throughout that half where he was coming up huge with the operator. And for Team Liquid, I think once their initial game plan failed, once those late side execs on extremities weren't working, it really did seem like they started to crumble. Redgar missing his smoke, giving an opportunity for Ardiis to come in and get kills with the op, losing out to those same ideas. It really felt like they couldn't adapt.
Yeah, exactly. You talk about Redgar. We have a couple of rounds where we see his TPs and things that he usually does. He was shut down completely, and actually NRG read into each timing so well.
Yeah, they did. Let's take a look. Speaking of Redgar, here in the AIM Lab shoot around, of course, the IGL for Team Liquid. We spoke about this already, but Kakuka, I feel like there was a bit of a diff in this game. Finesse and Chet, they were just better.
We were talking about the ideas. We were talking about the coach and the IGL being together. Emil and Redgar do not have that deep of a relationship. We're not saying that they're not friends, but it's very different than that. I love to see that he's practicing here on Ascent because it's going to be the next map, and now is when they need to come back. They weren't able to come back like NRG was doing on that second half. Everything was against them, and still they managed to perform. Liquid, on the other side, did not manage to close that map. Conversations need to be had when you're in that situation, being like, guys, we literally just need one round, and they need to pause. They need to actually bring and stay together to just get one round.
Yeah, and the thing is, I'm not looking at their pre-prep, what they have of counter-stratting NRG, having a specific idea of how to take them down on Ascent. It's about finding the timing to take that tactical timeout. And for Redgar and for Coach Emil to have that adaptation, to come up in the mid-game with how to counter out, because I think that is really where they fell flat here. Chet and Finesse, that duo is so good towards the end of these games of finding a read. We saw it versus TRX. We just saw it in Map 1 versus Liquid as well. It's what makes them so strong late in tournaments in the lower bracket when the counter-stratting and prep becomes a little less important.
And also in the conversion rates, you were talking about Ardiis, and actually his first duels were pretty detrimental, but it was not what was requested of them. And not only that, the rest of the team was able to bounce back from that 4v5 situations. Now, on all of those 4v5s are also 5v4s that Liquid are losing. They're not being able to get the value out of finding that first opener to follow up on that one.
And looking ahead to this second map of Ascent as well, I think we'll see a lot of those stories continue, where for NRG, they're likely going to be playing into a lot of these retakes. They're going to be putting an emphasis on denying that mid-control, getting Ardiis active with the operator to force Liquid into these site execs when they're on that defensive side.
I mean, for Liquid as well, you got to feel bad about the fashion they lost that map.
Yes.
Nats did everything in his absolute power to try and get them that win. He even went 5-0 first kill, first death, which is mad for his role. And that's the thing, Kakuka, because, you know, losing losing a map is not the end or be all, but losing when you're 12-7 up into OT, I don't know how they're going to bounce back from this, but they have to, no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. So we need not only those first kills, but actually applying behind them. I think that is where the mental diff is coming a little bit, and is that even in those situations, there's always a plan from NRG.
Also, they want both pistols.
Yes,
Yeah.
and not only
Both
that,
pistols.
last time that NRG played on this map, Navi, it was against Navi, Navi won both pistols. They still won. It was the retakes, the consistency of how they learned and approached the map. They do not care. They don't need the pistols. They just don't need them.
Yeah, absolutely. But to bring up another point as well, I think one of the advantages NRG had in map 1 is that no one really plays that Harbor Viper comp on Haven in EMEA. So I doubt that Liquid had that many teams to practice against. The way that comp plays the Flood retakes on defense and is so proactive is a lot different than the more normal comps on the map. And I think it makes playing the Breach comps a lot more difficult. That's not going to be the case here on Ascent, where both teams play a pretty standard comp.
Yeah, but I think that they also had the time. On the other side, they also had the time to be here, not play through groups, and actually prac against the teams that maybe they run the composition. I think that is something that I would prioritize, being like, hey, this is going to be in the tournament, is not in my region, and he pracs against that.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit about Som as well. You know, he is the only person on that stage that is yet to win a title. We actually caught up with him a little bit earlier, and he told us what he is looking to achieve here in Tokyo.
So when we last played Fnatic, we weren't that confident, and not to discredit anything to them, they hit all their shots and they individually played fantastic, and we didn't. So getting this win against DRX definitely boosted our confidence a lot, especially in the fashion of a 2-0. So yeah, going forward, super confident even with the backs against the wall. Yeah, so Pro was actually pretty close. I think we were down at half. I think we were down 8-4, I believe. But we knew if we won pistol or if we got one sick round or a momentum round, that we would be able to carry it on and make it close, or even win, and which we did.
Som so desperately wanting to try to get that ult online. Well, now he's going to be dead. Crunchies, however, holding it down from hell. 3 quick kills.
Regardless of what step or stage we're at, I'm super confident in myself and my team. I don't think I'm necessarily trying to keep up. I think I'm confident in myself and know what I'm capable of to the point where I know I can keep up. The only thing I guess that is in my head is that I want to get that title. Everyone else on the team has that title, and I think it's time for me to get mine.
That's our streamer, Mimi. That's our streamer.
That he is. I think Som has shown so much maturity on this team. What he's saying there, that it's like, we just need that one round, that one catalyst to get back in, winning a pistol, anything like that to build back into these victories is really, I think, what makes NRG so good. You look back to the beginning of the year at Lock-in, that Icebox game where they were getting rolled, come back, win it. This team is so consistent at winning these games where they look down and out, because I think their mentality honestly is that, hey, we get that one round, that one catalyst, and Finesse can call us a game to recover.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke a lot about Emil as well, how he matches up to Chet, but let's actually hear from the man himself. He is standing by with Doug right now ahead of map 2.
Thank you so much, Into Emil, a closely contested map. What was it that led to that map getting away from you, and what's your focus heading into map 2?
I think a lot of micro situations kind of went their way, but a lot of advantages we should have just won. They're really good at these small situations, just like going one side, coming behind, just doing a bunch of plays that just works. So for us, it's just going to be make sure that we have the advantage when we know we need to secure rounds, that we actually secure the rounds.
Best of luck to you in map 2. Back to you, Sue.
Thank you very much, Doug. But this is the thing, Kakuka, like he said, it was just down to the small things, but you cannot let NRG have any sort of advantage.
The problem is that there's 2 mistakes that you can make in this game. 2 type of mistakes. The mistakes that you make on your own and the mistakes that the other team forces you to make. Now, if you fall and have a lot of the first category, that gets into your head because you honestly feel that it's on you. It's not like you're, you know, but also we have an NRG that is capitalizing on that. They see those moments, they see those spaces, and they just work with it.
Yeah, and as we can see in the Prime Gaming Agents Select with Ascent, Mimi, we don't have a lot to work with, but Nat's back on the Cypher instead of Killjoy.
Yeah, some of the EMEA teams have been playing this variant, and I think it looks good for Liquid. Nats is really comfortable in that role. On the attacking side, he can be a lot more proactive than that Killjoy in finding these lurk times, in working late in mid, and getting himself entrenched to punish rotators.
Yeah, I'm also looking at Crashes on the other side. I think that his utility usage on this map and on previous maps has been so clean. There's definitely something to look out for. Going back to the Nat's point, the variety of trapwires that we're going to be seeing there in this map. Obviously, on the attack is not going to be that noticeable, but on the defense, some people are going to think about how that mid control is going to be working and how he's going to be working on sites as well. Well, we're in for a treat for the attack. He's going to be repeating that he did in EMEA. Cam on to control mid, and then just using a couple of cages to retrieve and use as a smoke, which is something that Cypher gives you on attack. A Killjoy could never.
I'm looking at a lot of the same things that we did on Haven. How can NRG shut down Liquid's mid control? Will Nats be able to get involved, get proactive in these lurks to help Liquid close out these late rounds? Because the late rounds, the mid rounding, that's where they fell apart on Haven.
Yeah, and the good news for if you're a Liquid fan is that this is Liquid's map pick for a reason. They have historically been insane on this map, and with the new roster as well, Kukuka, they have also been consistently good. They beat Fnatic here in that grand final.
Yeah, exactly. It was a very exciting grand final, but I think that it also adds up to the part that there is a lot of footage. I think that we heard Ched talking about, we knew how they were going to do it. We knew when we had to stop them. If they had that read on Haven, they can have it on Ascent. And not only that, just because this is Team Liquid's map pick, they get to start on the defense. They were able to come back from an 8-4 half twice now already in the competition. If now they have the upper hand, I'm only scared that Liquid is not able to bounce back on the defense, or to go to that defense with a maybe 9-3, 10-2 score and not being able to bounce back or have the space to even think about it.
But to be able to do that, I think the two things to focus on, first of all, the mental. Team Liquid won in EMEA. They were the #1 seed coming in. I think that has to add an extra pressure to you, even if you're not the team who is expected to come out and be the best placing EMEA team. And at the verge of elimination, this is where they just have to focus up, lean back on that experience and rally versus NRG. And I think the second thing as well for this squad is being a lot cleaner with these advantage situations. They let so many 5v4s slip away. NRG is one of these teams that will find that gap, will find that play to get back into rounds. So making sure that they're very clean to keep their trading up in these late rounds is going to be super important.
Yeah, and this is also, I feel like, the finesse comfort zone. He preaches about how he's not going to let any team to get the best of him twice. He's not going to lose to them again. Of course, the last time he faced Redgar and Nats at Masters Berlin, he got absolutely owned. It was a 3-0. I think that's been living in his mind in a while, because for ages, Optic, Envy, NRG now, they made every international event, whereas Redgar and Nats on Gambit, they missed out on everything.
Year.
So this is actually the only opportunity Kukuka Finesse has even had to get his revenge.
Yeah, exactly. For Team Liquid, for Redgar and Nats specifically, it's about the redemption from not even making it last year and all of the things that happened on top of that. But for Finesse, he already said it. We do not lose against the same team twice. Of course, this is a different situation because Liquid is very different to what it was back in the day. Same goes for Gambit. So I think it's very different.
But on the other side, I think it's less the history that's important for the guys on the Team Liquid side of the stage, and it's more so what's happened recently.
Yep.
Like you were saying, that rough 2022, going to Lock-in, losing in the first round, being honestly the biggest disappointment of that event, to then rallying in EMEA, ending up winning, making an incredible run in playoffs, making it to Tokyo. And now it's a question of how far can they go? Can they continue to break that narrative that got built up early in this year?
Yeah, I hope they do indeed. I just want to let you guys at home know that we are fixing a minor issue on stage right now. We should be back into game soon. But yes, Kukuka.
I see smiles on the stage, so I think that it's nothing serious. If they see smiles, that means that they won't have to wait long.
We're chilling. But do you know what? We're chilling so much that we're actually going to go into game. I fixed it, y'all. I'll take the credit for that one. But
chilling.
Achilles on paper, then take it away.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are now ready to go into this second map. A big rally back necessary for Team Liquid again. You know, so very close to closing out NRG's map pick of Haven, having that comfortable little bit of leeway for themselves. Now it's do or die. They need to get these next two maps if they want to remain in this tournament as the #1 seed from EMEA. Otherwise, NRG could just be able to potentially steal this all away from them.
Yeah, and I really like what the desk was talking about here with the way that NRG kind of has a lot of information on the way that Team Liquid likes to play these maps, and particularly Ascent. Now, Team Liquid hasn't played Ascent yet at Masters, but previously they have played it quite a bit in EMEA, besting Fnatic in overtime on this map. So there's going to be Team Liquid starting out on the attacker side, NRG going to be on the defender side. But NRG, when they played this against Na'Vi, they were devastating on their attacker side. So NRG really keep their eyes out on how well they've adjusted since that Na'Vi game on this defender's half where they were 6-6.
Okay. One shot connecting there onto Sam. Whittling away at him. He's safe, just peeking across, not going to be seeing anything. And the turrets set up on the B site might lend them to expect that Finesse is going to have all of his utils situated on A.
And this looks like kind of like a market crunch being set up here by NRG. They're expecting a push. If they give up this space, you know, you could paranoia, throw Victor's utility in here, and really make things difficult. You have some shock darts as well for Crashies. The pings are coming out, but Team Liquid, I think, senses potentially something's amiss here with all this free space and all that Killjoy utility. A lot of times in this area, to kind of keep track of things not there. Instead, it's going to be Finesse on the Killjoy over onto A, playing with that deep generator position for this plant.
Yeah, they're still picking out onto B, but now that that knife goes through and they don't find anybody suppressed, they get the sense that, yeah, it's going to be that A hit, especially as the util comes flying. Finesse just going to be tucked away here. Sat in hell, couple shots flying. Seeing if he can catch anything at all. So safe going to be flashed out. Finesse now pushing out of hell, managing to find one. Still somehow staying alive. 18 HP remaining. Safe now going to be taken down. Nats and Soulcats, however, fight back, but they're running out of time. Spike down on the floor, and they need to get it planted. 10 seconds remaining. Nats and Soulcats left standing versus Sam and Crashies, who's now approaching through the door. Nats with a fantastic headshot. Allows them to try to go for the replant, but now he's got to stick to it, and he cannot draw it down fast enough. Crashies will clutch it out. It's Red Bull clutch for them to kick things off with a pistol round win.
The delaying here so good for NRG, and Team Liquid does kind of assess the situation correctly, but they can never get into a comfortable spot to get this plant down. NRG recognizing the clock, recognizing the situation, and even though, yeah, it's a 1-for-1 there initially, still gives them the opportunity to come through and finish the job. So a huge start here, the first pistol win for NRG. Couldn't pick up either of them. I think the desk was talking about, that doesn't seem to bother NRG sometimes. They're a team that kind of defies the odds when it comes to those pistol rounds.
They lost both of them on the first map. As ardiis darted, has to back off. Just tuck back in over towards Pizza. Dash running out. Doesn't want to play in this position any longer. It's going to be a bit too risky for him.
See how they want to try to get in towards this B site. Now you've got Finesse shifted over here to play contact off the turret. Deeper nanos and alarm bot kind of hamper that early access to the B site around that corner. Kind of try to punish potentially the entry of Safe here. Smoke's going to come out though for now.
Turret dealt with. Finesse just going to go for some blind spray, see if he can get a straight connection there. Nothing found, as Crashies very, very right to be wary about markets. You can see Nat's pushing himself up into that position. But we'll just go ahead and just get this double stack tucked away in Boathouse for now. Recon out over the top, not spotting anything. Artists swinging through, but yep, smoke comes across. They get the reveal. Safe having the dash. They somehow avoid getting tagged down. That's even managing to find Victor. Finds Artists as well. This lurker mid, absolutely monstrous. Tries to send out the ult, however, and Sam cuts it short. Man advantage still here. They're going to go pushing in, but again, they do not have time on their side. They've got to drop out of heaven, try to get this plant coming down, and Safe is going to be caught as he tries to make his way over, and Sam will just mow them down, one after the other. A 4K for him to go ahead and keep NRG afloat. 2-0 now on the start.
Well, I got to say the highlight of that round for me is Nats. The way that he got himself tucked in to the back of Pizza there. I mean, it was, he found the perfect timing. Ardiis had just been watching it, shifted over towards the alley, towards B, and then he waited for two players to cross. Victor as well had just moved across there, and then Nat steps out and gets two, gives Team Liquid at least some kind of opportunity, but again, it's so late in the round. All it takes is one player there to keep that plant from being able to go down, because you have to press for that plant, and Sam can just line him up.
Just running out of time in these first two rounds, I guess I could say, for Liquid. Let's see if they decide to up the tempo or if they can get themselves into a plant position a little bit faster. For now, it's just going to be the market door broken down by Safe. So wary in case somebody does go for a bit of an off-tempo push to that smoke. Ardiis now going to be noted. Screams down, dashes out, doesn't want to take any chances.
And now, again, Finesse moving over to the other side, to the A side. It's the push a little bit towards B. Nats just checking the corner there with his cam. See if anybody's hiding in that cubby. Trying to use those shorter range guns. A lot of teams like to try to catch you off guard. Some of those cheeky angles. Seeing if they can get you. Sam's just going to hold here with his Bulldog.
Still has the paranoia.
Yep, exactly.
Sends it, catches on the 2. Safe gets out in front of it. And oh, the reveal right before that, Cage blooms. Sam spotting red guard, takes him down. Defensive smoke's now going to be taken away from them. Scratchies will get flushed out of boats. Safe burning the dash, but now man advantage is here. The plant coming down, this time with 20 seconds to spare. Better timing for the side of Team Liquid as they look to get themselves on the board. Victor is well going to fall.
I don't know if they're comfortable with this. That's such an early plant, you know?
One enemy remaining.
At this point, ardiis, yep. Nothing much else that can be done, even with Nats and Yampi tagged up. Nowhere near worth trying to go for it. We'll just back away and allow Team Liquid to get themselves to the board here in the 3rd round.
Yeah, just a good, solid entry here. Soulcast winning a big duel against Crashies in boats, and that's round over, basically. Of course, ardiis able to hang on to that Vandal, playing very patient with it. And good little attack here from Team Liquid, only losing 1 along the way as well. Very, very important. Good to see them really being diligent with checking some of those corners, checking those angles. Yeah, Sam, sure, gets the 1 there off the contact out of the door at B, but other than that, everything very well handled here by Team Liquid. Let's see if now they can keep things together, run some rounds across NRG, who's been pretty solid overall on this defender's side. Of course, there's only 3 rounds in, so can't write a ton home about that. Nats is barely winning that duel with 5 HP, but it seems to be Nats' day here today. 7 kills already.
All right, looking like the Nats of old. Just talking about things like Masters, Berlin, Gambit, yada, yada, yada. I mean, Nats is back in that form right now.
Yes. It's just crazy how smart he is. I mean, just the way that he reads and anticipates movements. It's the 6th sense that he has. Always just been so impressed by it.
Thrown over the top and oh, safe. I don't know if that was just a blind spray. Either way, gets the kill. Finesse going to be taken down nice and early. There's the drone counted out from Crashies, just spotting him, but no one in any sort of position to try to do anything about it. And even if he had the Hunter's Fury, I think it would be a bit too much of a risk, a bit of an overcommitment to try to go for it. Gonna go on the opposite side of the map. We'll find Sam as he goes swinging out of a main. Victor trades it back, but still the advantage. Found his save. Oh, ardiis just trying to get some information, try to figure something out here for his squad, but it ends up costing him his life. Wallbang headshot through. Now it's all on Crashies and Victor to see if they can do anything. The 2v4. Dart going out, looking for the ping reveal. And Safe just will get counter spammed out, but already put Victor down to 3.
Spike planted.
Lose that on 1 weapon, the push in, off the back of the flash. Crashies doing well to find the kill, but Soulcast just responds. How many wallbangs, how many blind shots in this round from Liquid? Absolute insanity. And with that, Victor says, nah, I'm good.
We've had enough of this round. That is at least 3. Unbelievable. I mean,
Nasty
Safe
stuff.
got 2. Jeez, man. That's just one of those rounds where you just got to kind of shrug it off as NRG and just say, okay, well, they had the read on us. You know, I think that first one on the finesse was just an anticipation of someone potentially being underneath that owl drone. It's more like a safety clear of that spot, right? The owl drone's not going to look at it anyway. Let's make sure that nothing's there. That one on the ardiis was pretty nasty. And of course, a follow-up a little bit easier with Crashies kind of already revealing his presence, but...
Oh, no, okay, he got into the smoke just in time to be able to actually spot the shoulder. And then, yeah, we'll get a nice little
Does he
zoom
see
in.
the head? Oh, he saw the head of... Oh, my God, he saw the head.
A pixel out of place. Gorgeous stuff. A much needed one here from the side of Team Liquid to tie it up at 2-2 and force a timeout out of NRG nice and early.
I think reassessing how they want to play this defense, this really kind of slow, methodical pace that Liquid brings to these rounds, really taking their time. And it looked great early, pistol in the follow-up, but since then, Team Liquid has really had a lot of control over this map, getting a lot of good spots. The hyper awareness right now of Team Liquid. They don't want to go out yet. They want to go to split for sure.
Well, we'll see what Chet looks to put into play here as we get ready to go into this next round. Whether or not it's going to be good enough for NRG to potentially steal a round away. Saw a couple near thrifties there on Haven, so perhaps it can happen again. Pressure mounting, and somebody's got to catch up the Nats here for NRG. You need to be able to have somebody to try to match him. That being said, though, obviously not too concerned. Given the run back that we saw from NRG, there's still plenty to be played out. This is their side selection. So we want to see them put up some really firm numbers here on this defending half. Flash up over the top. Sam just looking to get himself situated up onto the wall. As Victor wants to get himself out of wine. Yeah. Suppressing 3. Plenty of information. Lets him know that he does not want to be playing all on his lonesome over there. Plays back into the side proper, but 4-member stack from the side of NRG. A decent read that this is going to be the side that gets attacked.
Yeah, and with Finesse's turret over at B main, kind of keep track of that. He hasn't had much presence or attention there yet. So they're able to keep their feet planted here at A. Nats hasn't pushed far enough forward to cause any distraction towards that side. Smokes are out. Sam here going to be ready with a counter smoke of his own as Team Liquid thought about setting up for the attempt. But of course, you know, there's still plenty of time on the clock, so no reason to rush things. The numbers at the top middle of your screen haven't turned red yet, so you don't need to plant, like, you know.
Okay, they're going to try to just audio bait, but NRG, they just start drifting back towards the A site. So they're reading it well. With their limited firepower, can they still come out on top of this one? Victor and Sam there with those rifles. We'll see what they can get done for Agent Suppressed this time coming across. Sam gets a headshot there. Safe going to be taken down, but Soulcast finds 2. Finds a 3rd on the back end. His Crashies will also fall. And that leaves just Finesse now joining over here on this side of the map. It does get noted. He should have a very good idea that he is just going to be approaching from heaven. Rifle is recovered. How does he pilot this? It was so very clutch for them, dragging them across the line. Multiple rounds on Haven. TP going to be used, and a bit of a bait there, perhaps. Draws his attention towards Hell. Soulcast swings from main, a 4K from him on the KO to allow TL to take the lead. 3 rounds consecutively now racked up.
I really like that TP from Redgar. It completely bamboozles Finesse there. He has no idea what's going on, where that's going to go. It's a good attempt here. I mean, you know, NRG has a pretty good read on this round. They do a lot of damage. But once again, the heavier firepower for Team Liquid prevails. But it's the gun rounds that were problematic for Team Liquid on Haven. Not able to convert a lot of those. Had a tough time converting off of their first kills as well. So let's see with ardiis op in hand finally. Round 6. Good delay here from Team Liquid to keep that very powerful gun away from a very powerful player for as long as possible.
It's going to look to relocate here. Get tucked away over by Short. As Redgar goes a bit of a jiggle, and okay, Victor barely missing out on having the headshot.
Looks to be a attempt to push through towards B. Comes the null command.
Null command rolling across. Victor just looking to shut them down on this approach as ardiis looking for the peek, whiffs the shot, safe, stays alive, backs out. And now they turn their sights over towards A. ardiis just around the corner. Cybercage goes up, looking for a timing shot. He nearly gets it. Guppy, lucky to be alive. They push in, the plant now getting ready to come through. 40 seconds remaining as all of NRG get into position for this retake. Nats still on alert, crucially over in mid. I have to keep our eyes trained on him again. He's a bit delayed, cannot find the shot. Save stays alive, and Victor finds one. Save, however, now. Getting one, gets finesse. Victor finds a second. Keeps them in with the advantage. That's around the corner. Sam getting a decent read of this one. Now goes for the push and gets the headshot. Pop flash out. Soulcast finding one, sees the drop down, looks for it, puts some damage on the ardiis, but cannot confirm the kill. And with 3 members left standing, the AWP on the floor, that's going to get scooped up, and that's going to be NRG now taking us back to a tied upset at 3-3.
Yeah, phenomenal patience here, catching a couple players of Team Liquid out in the open from heaven onto the site. Sam, so aware of Nats.
A crucial kill. Doesn't get that, it could absolutely fall apart.
That is probably the biggest part of this round here for NRG. And that's just what you love to see from Sam, who's just been terrific all year long for NRG. What a pickup he is. Now you've got dueling Hunters, Furies. Of course, Crashies doesn't really need to hang on to it for a lockdown as there's no Killjoy on the side of Team Liquid. Let's see what they want to do off of this. Early check for information from both sides. Redgar just kind of jump peeking, just seeing if anyone's going to come out of the main doors. Instead, it's just a smoke in response from NRG. Still ardiis with that op, but I was going to also say, I think ardiis dropping down out of heaven when he switched out of the op to a rifle there kind of broke Soulcast. Oh, no.
ardiis knew. He saw the cage going up over the tops and knew that that push was going to be coming through inevitably, so just held the angle, finds the kill. ardiis very across and Victor in the corner! What attempt to get the third, and Sam will find the finisher! Victor eventually taken down, but with the damage dealt, I don't think he's going to be bothered about it at all. He's got plenty of cash in the bank.
That was clean. That is super clean with that Phantom from Victor.
Look back at it this last. Yeah.
Just
quick
gorgeous
adjustments. I don't know how he does it. Something about a horseshoe and all that stuff. Whatever.
What?
It's an interview reference.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. Sometimes he just gets lucky with it, but that was just pure skill.
The 4-leaf clover effect, I suppose.
Speaking of 4, NRG now back in the lead.
Lucky rabbit's foot. Whatever it takes, right? Well, now you've got a bit of a heavier stack towards this B side. It's kind of just shifting back to, well, actually, now that I say that, ardiis has gone all the way back over to A with no contact. They'd rather be a little bit more cautious toward this A side as you've got a lot of the extra Killjoy utility to be over at to B, but no real presence shown here from either side towards mid. It's just been completely abandoned by either team's thought process, but there's still a lot of time in the round, so I don't expect necessarily that this is a full commit from Team Liquid. We'll see. Blade Storm for safe. Guardians back it up. Yeah, he's going in.
Dash forward, swinging around. Sees the turret. Will get cleared out by his teammates. Bang is looking to still have to try to break open this side. Jump up over the top. Looks for it. It's going to be Redguard claiming finesse. Finds it with a headshot there on the Guardian. Crashing, swinging out from both house. Let's get taken down by Yumpy there with the shorty, but the rest of NRG are now flooding forward. Victor finding one before getting taken down, and now it's just Soulcast and Yumpy. Low HP versus an ardiis with 11 health. Knives are in hand. The plant coming down. He's looking for him, but he makes noise on that jump.
Spike planted.
12 seconds to spare. Head, he's spotted, but Yumpy gets that bullet to connect to tie us up again at 4-4. These teams seemingly inseparable here on Ascent.
This is just a really good timing hit here from Team Liquid. Kind of pushing a little bit faster than we're used to with them on their attacker side, and a phenomenal 0 point here from Soulcast into boats that catches the 2 players back there, nullifies that Killjoy utility temporarily, and gives them the information that there are 2 back in that area of the site. Make it a little bit easier for them to get in there and clear that space. So really well handled by Team Liquid. A good response, and a kind of a response here from NRG, knowing that that orb had been contested early, a little bit of push outs from the side of Team Liquid. So they're going to use that fragment, try to keep them at bay a little bit, keep some pressure, put ardiis back in here towards that short position. Nats once again sitting behind the wall. 2 coming into, but there's backup here for ardiis.
The swing getting ready to come in. They're not going to flash for it. Thought maybe he was going to have the collide. Dashes out. Victor goes to the counter swing, finding another. Nats will be able to put the op down on the ground, but still it's a monstrous trade up here for NRG. Double approach. Victor right up in front, turns into the smoke and says, "Hi, Redgar, how you doing?" Nat's now pushing up. Just win out the fight against Crashies. Sends the ult, wants to still try to win this one out, but Vanessa's gonna be noted, but Nat still somehow wins the fight. Vandal headshot working wonders, and Yumpy gets the timing, catching him on the cross. The spike now being shipped back over, no, all the way through the spawn. Says, "I've got just enough time to continue this rotate."
30 seconds left.
Both players tagged up, some full armor. Paranoia still in hand, could very well make this work for himself. Just waiting, but now he's going to be noted. The cam's still set up. Nat's ever so ratty. TP back up. Just waiting for it. And checking A side to see if he can hear that plan coming through. Excuse me. Words evading me. Now he knows it's all about this B side.
This is unbelievably difficult. Nat's just going to wait around the corner here. Yampi can play off contact.
2 shock darts even available, but Yampi will just find the timing. Swinging out, Sam's trying to creep his way down the ramp. And Liquid will take a lead, 5-4. 3 more rounds to be played out in a half.
And this is such a good start to this round for NRG. The way that they're kind of anticipating this pressure down catwalk. You know, Ardiis is there, almost gets the collab. I thought he had it on that first shot, but still, he's able to get out. Victor able to step in, back him up, keep him alive, but then it's just Nats, just doing Nats things. I mean, just finding that unbelievable timing on that re-peek to get that second kill. He's just...
He's different today.
He's different today, yes. Oh my God.
Okay, suppression out, safe swing on the corner. Does take a shot from the Sheriff there, but still wins the fight. Crashes with a great headshot, finds one, wants a little bit more. Got the spot, and Ardiis is actually the one to take down safe. Crashes will be finished off by that shock dart, but I don't think you're gonna be too bothered if you're here on NRG trying to win out in this thrifty round. Gun now recovered, Ardiis swinging, but he's not ready for Yampi to be tucked into the corner, so does end up losing out on that one. That's gonna be Liquid regaining a man advantage.
Great anticipation there from Yampi, expecting that angle to be taken. Goes wide, finds a great one. Now you've got Nat, Yampi watching. Sam trying to find a lurk here, but it is fully accounted for by Redguard.
Keeping him honest, forcing him back, 45 health. How much can Victor get done here? Darkness check close. No one spotted the drone as well. Now leading the way, spamming in. Does get that hit there on the Nats. He's actually going to go ahead and use the ultimate. Victor feeling very confident in their ability to close this out. But that hurts their odds. Nats finishes off some. Swing out. Guardian shots going a bit wide, and attention is pulled away. Nats will be able to close out. And that is now 6 rounds locked in for Team Liquid here on the attacking half.
I'm not too sure there. Victor feeling confident with the Guardian to pull that no command in that moment. Just a little bit, I think, over ambitious. I think they maybe thought they could get away with another counter lurk from Sam, but Nats is just way too smart, way too good. And then right away, tries to push down the stairs. Nats able to get to safety and wait for the backup from Yampi to finish the job onto Victor. And let's see here. This is looking potentially pacey.
Yeah, I mean, they're all no command right off the rip. Turret going to be cleared out as it's deactivated. And all of NRG trying to flip their way back over to the site where Vanessa's going to get flushed out.
That's a lockdown gone.
Yeah, taken out of the equation. Can hold on to it for the final round of the half, but for now, see if NRG can scrape anything back into this one. As the drone gets cleared, doesn't find the tag. Hunter's Fury now gonna be let loose, just looking to shut them down on this reapproach as Nats finds 2 more kills. Crashies.
He's got to
Just
save.
sprinting, yeah. Trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Just tuck into the corner here by B Lobby, but nothing more to be done. 4 members strong, carrying over the weapons. The bank is already just bursting at the seams here for Liquid anyway. So even if they lose out on a couple extra weapons, aside from Crashies getting charged towards the Hunter's Fury, it's not going to bother Liquid too much.
Exactly. I mean, this is just a beautiful kind of read of the situation here from Redguard and Team Liquid. Knowing that the lockdown is kind of the powerful ult in hand, you can nullify that Killjoy utility on the beat with your own null command. Just get in there, take him out, and that's basically round over. They try to flood back into the site, just completely thwarted by Team Liquid. And now looking to potentially go 8-4.
Again. We'll see if that is going to be the scoreline at the end of it all. As for now, I mean, Nat's still way out in front. The IGL's on either side this time. The one's bringing up the rear. So Nats just hasn't been in a position to get as much impact as we saw from him there on Haven. Understandable given that it is his stomping grounds. Dart not spotting too much of anything safe. Trying to push off the back of the drone. Avoids the shock dart, but don't get any connections, so he doesn't really want to go blindly through this smoke. Cyber cage up. Spam still coming through. The spike gets planted, and they just go on the offensive. Everybody rushing forward. Drone, they know that Crashies is stuck here into the corner. The dash forward, the right click goes out. Safe. Not finding anything there. Nat's going to be taken down. Ardiis with the Guardian in hand. How's finding Yampi. A 2v3 now, a 1v3s. It's just Redgar all on his lonesome. Throws down the smoke. No util to speak of, just the teleports. No paranoia. See if he can get it done. Here's the footsteps. Knows that there's going to be two near boats. Suspects that there's going to be another near the front. Gets the headshot. Swamps over, but cannot line up. Ardiis. They will get in onto the spike. Get the defuse, and that is going to be NRG, bringing this to a 7-5 half.
Good stuff here from NRG, changing up from the previous round, just playing full retake. And Team Liquid tries to get ahead of that. They try to push base towards spawn to kind of just seal the deal here, to really knock the feed out from underneath them. But Victor with a brilliant flash knows that his teammates is getting pushed there. He's able to come through big once again for them. Redgar trying to do everything he can, but not to be that round. So a pretty good half here for Team Liquid on their attacker side. But again, NRG previously on their attacker side was very, very good against Navi.
Well, we'll see what happens, but first we'll throw over to the desk, go ahead and break down the action from that first half.
Thank you very much, Achilles and Paperthin, and there was a lot of action from that first half. In fact, let's take a look at the Verizon high-speed moment of the match. It goes to Victor, but Mimi, I think it's really important to watch the lead-up to Victor's kills as well.
Yeah, I think this game honestly started with NRG having some really good ideas on how to counter out Nats in mid. In this round, they wait for him to throw. His cages are ready in a position to punish, and then right into this A hit, and a Victor on this off angle who goes absolutely massive to win this one out. That was the first part of this half, where I thought NRG was actually going to take control on the defense. But after this, TL found their groove, and similar to their last series versus EG, some of the success they found actually turned out to be in these faster hits, in simplifying and allowing their individuals to thrive in these late rounds.
Yeah, like for example, the round where they used the no command, actually not overcooking that much. I think that they were kind of expecting NRG to just have a different plan against them. I think that Victor was perfect on that regard, not only on that clip, but I think he was one of the reasons why Team Liquid was not being able to find success on that A side. The B hits were completely different, but now we're heading into the second half and things are going to get diced because are we sure that 5 is enough on the defense after getting pistol?
It's not a great defensive sided half, particularly for NRG. They really tend to struggle on this attacking side on this map. However, they have had games where they can rally it back even when they have a rough start like this.
Yeah, and for me, Nats had a great attacking half, and this is the half where he's supposed to be even better as well. So I don't know how NRG have to deal with him, but they need to if they want to close this out 2-0. Paperthin and Achilles, let's see if they can.
Already gave us a huge unexpected run back on that first map. Perhaps they can do it again, but it does have to begin with the pistol, which they're able to take. But as the desk was saying, being able to pick up 5 after having side selection, not the greatest when you do start off with that 2-0. Liquid certainly have that momentum, that wind in their sails. NRG have shown that they have what it takes to steal it away, but can they do it again?
Yeah, it's just been such a great kind of second half of the first half from Team Liquid where they kind of changed their tempo, got a little bit more aggressive a little bit earlier in the round. That really helped them get into the sights a little bit cleaner, kind of just prevent the retakes from being as easy. Gonna just detect the Sova over there for Crashy.
Oh my God. Look at this stack up here. 3 in the tree, Redgar finding the first blood. Ardiis gonna be taken down. Entry power limited, safe. Finding one, dashes to the flank, gets the instant headshot to put Victor on the floor. Spots another Beck on site, and they know exactly where the last member is. The dart goes in just a little bit too far to get the connection here on the Som. Yampi holding another one again. Not getting anything. What wins the Frenzy or the Classic? It's going to be the Frenzy this time around. As Yampi was just getting ready to run circles on him, and Liquid will take the pistol and now move up to 8.
Well, it's just, again, Team Liquid having a pretty good idea of what's going to be coming from the side of NRG. And they're just ready for it. I thought NRG might pull back after, seeing and hearing at least 3 different players from Team Liquid in tree. Instead, they try to re-aggress and to fight into it, and Safe is more than happy to take that on. Finding 2 huge kills, spike down, and essentially round over at that point, so only one sheriff to be found here for NRG. It's in ardiis' hands. Sam gonna get up top and try to spray towards this door, see if he can catch a little bit of damage. A flash gonna back Soulcast off. Space being taken, ardiis taking damage though.
Yeah, I mean, it gets them some access to main. They can grab the orb, but they just have to back away as ardiis gets knocked down to 65. Looks like it's just gonna be that full send to rotate here towards B. Nat's the only one in the site, obviously does have the cam set up over top of the entryway out of main. Yampi not too far away either. Recon at the ready. Shock dart. As Recon goes in first, gets cleared. Hasn't drawn the rotations yet though from Liquid. Looks like they want a little bit more to fully believe that this is going to be the approach.
Right here.
The 0 point going out, that might just be enough. Yampi, oh, pushing up, trying to get in front of that Nano Swarm, maybe catch a timing, but instead catches a bullet. Gets eliminated. Nats as well displaced. NRG now with the man advantage. They try to turn the tides of this one, win out the eco round. Going in, spray through. Oh, Finesse just dancing around at the bullets. Landing at his feet. Victor gets the right-click kill on the save. With the Spectre in hand versus 2. Seems like NRG might just be able to turn this one completely on its head. The suppression in. 2 members so very low. Taking a bit of damage. There's one found. Looking for the other. The kills are going to be coming through. Now Soul on Soulcast. Finesse. Victor down to a sliver on either of them. They're looking for a high-low double stack. But he's able to isolate it! And Soulcast will save the round to go ahead and take the follow-up and close out the anti-eco. But credit to NRG, well, where it is due, because that was so much closer than I'm sure even Liquid could have anticipated.
He reads that at the end so darn well, Achilleos. He's just checking space, checking boats, checking box, and then he's like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're going to be around the corner, and this very well could be a double stack. It's double stack. It's like he just reads this, and then it's just boom, boom. Re-peeks it. Yampi's so happy there. Yampi pushed through that smoke a little bit early on the entry from NRG and paid the price, and then Nats has that one-way set up in the back alley, but it isn't able to convert off of it, and it looks like it's going to be NRG's round for sure, but a lot of damage done along the way.
Yes.
And enough that it just takes a couple bullets from that Bulldog for Soulcast to finish it off. But yeah, like you're talking about now, the buy is much, much weaker than you'd like for Team Liquid coming up against these full rifles of NRG and Ares, a Bucky. So you got to be real careful here as NRG. You got to be anticipating some kind of sneaky trap plays with those shotguns.
Redgar was holding over at main. Turns his sights towards short instead. Just re-smoking it. As we see the triple creep down. Walking up Cat. Redgar just waiting patiently. Do they fall for it? Do they come right into his trap? Paranoia cross. Still just waiting patiently. Push in. Sees that tailwind, and ardiis able to avoid getting clipped. And goes ahead and takes him down. Safe as well. Fallen. This is looking damn clean here for the side of NRG. Just something that they very much need here. Trying to get that economy rolling. That's instantly dinked. Finesse will finish him off. Now it's all on the Ares from Yampi to see if he can do some damage to stop this from being a flawless. But the answer is no. ardiis will just go ahead, peek the corner, confirm the flawless, and get them their first round victory here in the second half.
Good stuff here from the side of NRG. Again, the big kind of danger point in that round was going to be Redgar around that corner, and ardiis is able to break his crosshairs. Paranoia as well, back him up. Really well handled there. I was wondering if they were going to try to flash around that corner with Victor. Instead, it's going to be Sam setting it up. Doing a nice job there for NRG. Now an Odin for Yampi. Can be on the other side. Full armors here mostly for NRG. Dart right into the main door here. Allow them access to this orb. ardiis looking to continue to push here. You do have this Hunter's Fury to potentially clear some space. See if they note this Cypher cam.
It will be noted, but Nat's getting suppressed, has to pull off of it, so can't try to get a dart onto anybody. It's both shocks used here from Crash. He's just trying to clear out some util, but As we can see, the tripwire's still standing from Gen to the wall over there. But they're going to start drifting away once again. We'll see if this turns into a B hit or just another shove down cat.
Just a bit too much going on. Ooh, finesse. Only takes a little bit of damage. That wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Not quite able to answer any damage back, though. As market door getting shut. Liquid suspecting that this could end up at B, so they want to try to limit those options and really flood energy over towards that A site where there's 3 members of Liquid ready and waiting. Window going to be broken. Crashies starting to press forward. Around the corner, Soulcat's not ready for it. Redguard doesn't manage to reply. Finds the kill, dash out, safe. Trying to stay elusive, but just get worked down to 8 HP. And that's getting the better of him there in that regard. Drop down now into mid. Looking to push their way through market. TP across. Redguard gets himself situated in Boathouse, which should be anticipated. Ardiis making all the noise in the world, though. Safe. Just tucking away into the corner. Now to the side. Safe is going to be the one to find the kill. Redguard, however, taken down. The site now open with 4 seconds to spare. The plant can come through. It's a 2v3 with Finesse holding board, but somehow doesn't land a single bullet. 8 HP. Safe wins it out. Now brings it back to a 2v2.
Vanessa done such a good job in this round until that last moment. Let's see if Victor can recover.
Safe. Back in there on the boxes. He'll find some, but then his shoulder shows, and Victor will go ahead and clip him. NRG starting to get some momentum back onto their side. 7-9, a 2-round deficit. Can they get 3 in a row? As Liquid, again, the cash as far as the building's concerned, it's not being found.
I just love the way Finesse is just causing so many problems in mid during this round, just making it really hard for Team Liquid to kind of get their feet underneath them to really figure out where this attack is going to be coming, because there's pressure all over the place. And then Finesse gets that big kill over there, switches over, gets another big one onto Redgar. And if he had gotten Safe, that would have been a pretty easy cleanup potentially. Now Safe with those blades, looking to maybe go up and over this box. But
and the instant headshot, and he gets it right before the suppression comes in. What a timing found by Safe, but now he is stuck in a bad spot. Manages to drop down somehow onto the site. In the meantime, Yampi finds Victor with a headshot here off the Sheriff. A 2-kill trade up, no one lost on the side of Liquid. And that could be guns as well, recovered. Yampi now with the Vandal. His 4 members just sat on top of the spike. Ye shall not claim this, they say. They deny it. What a beautiful setup. As it now starts feeling hopeless for NRG. The Thrifty all but confirmed.
oh, that's so beautiful from Team Liquid. That is just, I mean, the big brain stuff has been back and forth throughout the day.
Timing though. Hello. Finesse.
Oh, please.
Playing it out quietly. Okay. Does decide to strike. Finds one. Can that be the start of the snowball effect they need to get this back under control?
Look at Nats, though.
They're looking for it. The lockdown coming through. Nats looking for the timing. Gets a 2-tap. Looks for a little bit more. He does it again. Runs out of bullets, but he's got plenty of time to go for the reload. And Yuppie will note some to clean him up. It is a Thrifty and a catastrophic one at that. The lockdown wasted in the end as Liquid will re-stretch it by 3.
As soon as that lockdown came into play, Nats was moving right into that corner. He knew right away. And then the beautiful hold here to just prevent the TP. It doesn't even work. And then Nats just reads this perfectly. NRG can't believe he's there that fast.
That might be one of the most perfect rounds that we have seen in the tournament so far. Liquid just playing every single moment of that to absolute perfection. Safe. That minor timing, that millisecond that he had to get the headshot across on the artist before getting suppressed. Matt's getting himself in a position to shut down not just the lockdown, but 2 players on top of it, as well as the TP spike pickup denial. Absolute gorgeous round from Liquid.
And as expected, neither of these teams is really crumbling under the pressure here today. I mean, Team Liquid got, you know, just absolutely ran back on, right? Like, it looked like it was Team Liquid's map onto Haven. Then they got just slaughtered on that second half and then right into OT. And there's clearly, it has not affected their mental. I mean, clearly they're still fully engaged, reading every situation perfectly. This is exactly what you wanted out of these two teams. Just two historic Valorant teams showing us why that they are perennial contenders at all of these events, time and time again, coming through with just beautiful stuff. And now, after a timeout, NRG needs to dial up something special. A lot of ults to work with here. Null Command, Hunter's Fury, Blade Storm for ardiis if he so needs to dig into the back pocket there, but probably just going to save that potentially for another round. Now, Safe sliding up into the smoke, just seeing if anybody's going to come through from Psalms, but nobody from the side of NRG is really keen trying to do that. I think just trying to keep a little bit of information away from the side of Team Liquid here to start.
It didn't really have an early contest over a main, so uncertain if this is going to be occupied or not. Drone not sent to check wine. As the 0 point goes out, catches out onto 2. Victor and ardiis noted. Finesse now rotating through the spawn, looking to join in with the rest of the team as Victor just wants to try to get a deep knife to check market. And it's back over to main.
I like what NRG does here because they get two important pieces of an execute identified there. You know, knowing that hit them, they're going to just try to double fake here, get back in.
Nade for nade. Dart over the top, not going to be getting the reveal. Now the Hunter's Fury going to be let loose here. Crashy's looking for a target. Push around the corner. ardiis does find Redgar. The drop down and Soulcast eliminated it. Safe arrives. Playing over by Door. Spots one, spots a second, gets a third! A quick 3K now knowing that ardiis is in the back of sight. Dashes over. 4 bullets, goes for the reload. Updrafts, gets himself wrapped around. Just trying to stay alive. Knows that there's going to be one in switch. Breaks down the door. Yampi does get the kill. It's a double approach. Updrafting up over the top, looking for him, playing it as a scout. Yampi will be able to get a second kill in the round as the defuse comes through. Team Liquid now getting to 11.
What looked like an absolutely beautiful entry here for NRG is thwarted by Safe, who's just out here in the middle as everybody else is dealing with other problems. Finesse tries to swing him on his own. Victor's a little late, and Safe just reads it. Right around the corner at Jen. Completely prepared for it. A little kiss to the teammates there, a little love shown. And Redgar bigging him up, giving him a high five. A little bit of a pause here.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, of the panty and hypoc nature.
With you and I here, it was bound to happen. But it's all good.
We had our fair share, yeah.
A quick little cleanup on whatever the issue is, and then we can get back into this game. I'm sure Liquid going to be chomping at the bit. NRG probably, you know, even though obviously can't discuss with the coach, probably kind of happy to have a little bit of a breather here, rather than this constant assault that is happening. Liquid just looking so very clutch in these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's just awesome to see the resilience here from Liquid. The way that they're really able to keep their heads in the game. Going to be thinking about into that next round. ardiis does have the Blade Storm for, you know, if they want to cut a little bit of funds. Victor's sitting on quite a bit of cash though for NRG, so they might be able to spread this out pretty decently, get at least a couple rifles in there as well. And Liquid just, what can you say? I mean, the rounds have been either just them reading them like a book or just playing them to perfection, you know, reading kind of the technical situation so well, how the ults are going to be played, how to counter them. Or in this round, just heroic plays from players like Safe, from players like Nats. We've seen today just absolutely just pop off for Team Liquid.
Well, see there, Sam, fans in the audience showing support. And as the fist bumps come through, that means we are getting underway once again. Now, worth noting, it was 12-7 when NRG was able to run it back on Haven.
What are you trying to imply here, Achilles?
Can lightning strike twice in the same place, in the same fashion? Let's give the momentum scene here. It seems unlikely. Liquid looking to just maintain full control. I mean, a Hunter's Fury to deny plants. Nats as well with his ult. Nade's going to be let loose. NRG looking to just kind of up the pace a bit here, given that they are on a very light bite. Jump up. ardiis, however, starting things off nicely. Gets that kill, but then Safe trades it back. Reveal out onto 1. Nats finds Crashies on the back of the reveal. The Hunter's Fury is still going to be invested. They definitely want to close out this round. Finesse is now going to be left all on his lonesome. Finds one, looks to pick up a weapon, but Soulcast will eventually be able to line him up, and that is going to be Liquid getting to 12 once again.
Yeah, just everybody doing a great job here. Even though ardiis is able to find one, Safe is so dialed in right now. Just quickly responds there through the window. The spot from Nats using his utility. You know, you had the trap wire placed from Gen to the wall. You had the Cypher Cam up on the right-hand side from attacker's point of view. He's able to get that spot, get that kill. Everybody doing all the right things at the right time, and Team Liquid quick to react off that fast hit from NRG. And now NRG has to string 5 in a row just to put us into overtime. Of course, we know it's possible because we've lived it, but unbelievably challenging regardless. Trapwire is going to get the spot onto ardiis here.
Does not clear that out.
This is tough.
No, knives pulled, and Right as Safe does that. Spots one in market. Redguard in the meantime takes down Som and a lurk over Tree. He's trying to get in behind them. Backstab the players of Liquid who'd be rotating over to the B site, but now it's all come tumbling down. You don't have your smokes, your paranoia. This becomes that much more difficult to pilot. And now just to really add insult to injury. The ult across, updraft in, safe. Desperately wanting to get Victor's. The ring ping comes through. Sends out the 0 point, trying to take the blades out of his hands, but Safe still able to play elusive. Keeps them. As Redguard looks to challenge against ardiis. Thinking about Tempo pushing on the smoke. He does so and gets the headshot. Brings it back to a 4v4. Spike getting brought over into A. Nats watching on his camera. Spotted their feet, makes the call. The rotations begin. But they're wary. They know that they're here in this position, that they're going to be pushed up and looking to intercept, and Crashies does just that. Safe now gone, the window broken to get themselves up into heaven. They know that they need to try to spot Nats, but he manages to find 2 before getting taken out. Brings us back into a 2v2. ardiis spotted. Oh, nade down, he's updrafted, jumped up over the opposite side. Double approach now through Tree. ardiis looking for the tempo switch up, looking to catch him off guard. Finds him with the counter swing in. Yumpy finds the kill, and it's going to be a Sova battle to potentially end the map. Crashy swings, gets the headshot. And he shows his superiority, at least here in this round, to keep NRG in this game.
At the beginning of this round, I think Safe kind of left Redguard out to dry just a little bit. He still had another updraft with this Blade Storm. After dodging that 0 point, Redguard steps in, gets killed by ardiis. There's no response from Safe. Maybe just didn't feel comfortable. Maybe he was afraid there'd be too many players on the other side. Towards Pizza, towards Market. He had rotated over to cover an entry towards B. Redguard was on an island, got punished. That allowed the open space for NRG to shift over. Now, going to use that knife to make sure that they can get the ult orb, get the lockdown invested into this round. Yampi not going to hide in boats. He's going to retreat to the safety of Nats. Safe hands from him. Som going to TP over to the side. A spot through onto Som, but looks like NRG should be able to get this plant down.
And lockdown avoided, but it's only Som inside of the site. Crashies now going to join him as the smoke starts to dissipate. 2 into the site, 2 at main, 1 at lumber. He's just trying to hold the pings coming down. Nade goes in, buys some more time. Drone up over the top, not spotting Finesse. Paranoia does clip in onto him, and Redguard, suspicious of it, flushes him out. Pop flash sent through the smoke. They look to turn away. Nats finding 1. Shots coming through. Victor does a 9 HP. Going to be finished off by Soulcast. Crashies only able to find 1. It's he and Som. Now just Som, and Som is dead. The cleanup comes through. Liquid get the defuse, and they are going to be extending this series. They will not go quietly into the night. They will take us to a 3rd and final map.
Diligent is the word I would use to describe Team Liquid here. Just brilliant on this retake, checking all the corners, checking all those sneaky spots that NRG likes to hide in. We saw it on the attacker side where Team Liquid paid some attention to that cubby where Finesse was hiding in this round. And once again, they're very, very aware of it, using the Owl to check their right-hand side. Redguard checks left, doing a ton of damage there to Victor, sitting in B main, able to clean him out, and then just finish the job. Really great stuff here on this second half. Again, NRG looked so good on their attackers half previously on Ascent, and Liquid's able to flip the script here and bring us to a map 3.
And it is yet again a monstrous performance from Nats. 23, 15, and 4. Just gorgeous play from him on that side for so many times, just bailing them out or just getting the team a nice and early advantage. We'll see if that is going to continue as we get ready to move over to Split, which feels like a very Cypher-friendly map.
He's the smartest player in VALORANT, in my opinion. The way he reads things is so good.
He's definitely putting that on full display here in this set.
Nice!
Can he do it for a third time in a row and will it be good enough to close this out? Can the #1 EMEA seed take down NRG and send them home? We're going to find out, but first we're going to go to a break, so don't go anywhere.
I wanna see you get it.
This is Sadie. She's on Verizon, and she has the new My Plan, where she gets exactly what she wants and only pays for what she needs. She picks only the perks she wants and saves on every one, all with an incredible new iPhone. Get iPhone 14 Pro on us when you switch. It's your Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.